All right, here we are. So, tools update, packing a 288. For those people that don't normally join live, this is a little bit boring. For those people that join live, this is a whole lot more fun. So, Mason has given his seal of approval on this 288. But, first, tools update. So, I sent a whole pile of tools out for some other people, and one set went to Bend, Oregon, and the guy was like, "Oh, this doesn't seem to fit a 075." I'm like, "Well, 075 is M14 by 1.0. Why would it not fit?" No, it's not. It's M12 by 1.5. I'm like, "What the heck?" Explain in a second. Just trying to bring you up here so I can see comments and see who's on. Hey, Marshall. So, as it turns out, the 075 Pate's Performance. Who do we have, Chris or Jason? So, anyway, the 075 I thought was M14. It's not. It's M12 by 1.5, and this particular thread is not included in the kit. Apparently, it is not a common thread. So for those people that are following this, so I had to tap a 3/4 inch rod today. This is the only rod I have left sitting around for people. That's actually 5/8, but I had to tap. It's the missus. Okay. I actually had to tap a call rod that I had just to get the guy going, but I'm going to have to ultimately make some rods that will actually have this particular thread in them. I really was under the impression that 075 is the same clutch side thread as the other big steels, say an 880, 084, those type of things. Junkyard's here, good. Sean, how's it going? And Ken, wonderful. So anyway, I had to buy this tap just to get the guy going. $63 from McMaster-Carr for one tap. You can order them from China, but it'll take 2 weeks or 2 months to get here. No. So what I'll do, that the tap was just a stopgap, just to do one tool, and now my machinist will get it the rest of the way, I hope. Anywho, so this is the 288. So we essentially have a grand total of one thing to do on here, and that's pull the muffler. And check the bolts, but pull them off. Pull the high top off here. Yeah, the cost of doing business. You got it. Beautiful. All right, just gotta do a quick head bolt check. And really, if you've got a fresh build, you should be doing this probably once a tank for the first few tanks. You know? And then after that, maybe once every 3 tanks or 5 tanks or whatever. You got to come up with a system, but you absolutely have got to do bolt checks. That was easy enough. Sean's doing good. Quick question: put a 288 piston and barrel on a 181. Absolutely. Yep, you can absolutely. It bolts right in, no problem. The yeah, the flange and everything. I believe all that stuff fits. James is here. Welcome. So right, pull them up. Oh, actually, you know what I got to do? I might as well pull this off first. So on this particular saw, this is an aftermarket part, but this is OEM. You really need to have, on a 288, you really have to have the OEM brake flags. This part works fine. There's no issue with that. But the aftermarket brake flags break. There's all the grease in there. This is greased. Very nice. There really is not a lot of rash on this case. This is actually a 181 case half. There's not a lot of rash. So Mason ran it. He said it sounds it's really good. So a lot of torque. On this particular one, you want to use an 8-pin rim. Oh, Bob's here? Bob made it? Yeah, Sean, the 288 head is a really nice bolt up, and I would recommend the OEM heads. They're so pretty. Just like the OEM heads. Okay, Junkyard, here's your moment of truth, man. Beauty. Let me get a light. Hang on. Light here. Perfect. It's an OEM head. It better be friggin' perfect. You know? Yeah, Sean, I know the electronics. You can do like the most beautiful rebuild and then the coil's bad. Ugh. I've absolutely been there. I know exactly what you're feeling. Jeff, rather than putting this back on, tight, I might just put this back on gentle like, because I know you're going to modify it anyway. Let's just do that rather than me going crazy here. Gotta make sure all the pieces are here, but I don't want anything getting in there, but yeah. Hang this right here. And then this I'll put in with your other parts so you have the shield. Let's put the high top back on here. Again, not going to go crazy because you're going to remove this anyway. Your bolts are checked. Let's drain the fluids and get it packed. Put this in your pile here. Like I said, Jeff, you've got a spring, a 7-pin. There's that. You don't really need the deflector, but it's kind of like a nicety to add. Yeah, this is Junkyard's build. Yeah, so initial was small, and then they got bigger for the stickers. So yeah, Mason came by today. He brought this thing back. I guess he put a bit through it. Where did my Kleenexes go? They keep wandering off. Oh, before I forget it, one more thing. It's a large deflector. You just cut it and you hit it with a MIG welder. Right. Your pile of parts. There. Okay. Okay, so one of the things about the 288, 181, whatever, this has rubber anti-vibration mounts. You can change these out for spring mounts. I think the 262 XP, the rear spring mounts fit here. So, and you could do all spring mounts if you want. You could have combinations of spring and rubber if you feel like it. There are guys that play with those like crazy. Just depends on what you like, for preference as far as feel. So these are all rubber here. Obviously, this all will work fine, but if you prefer spring in certain places, you just change them out for spring. Where's my kind of close to the top. Same deal. If I don't have any trouble, I'm gonna go get a couple of bags. Any quick tips for moving a flywheel? Yeah, unfortunately, you got a bang on it. Sean, you have just convinced me that you have not seen enough of my videos. I tried the air hammer, and it didn't work. It just didn't work. Adam Rendo got a question. Idle screw on 288 is loose and turns on its own when I'm on the throttle. Is there not a spring on that? No spring. Can you check the part? Check the part numbers on that. Is that the one? So, is that the one that's integral with the crankcase, or is it the one that is integral with the carburetor? So, like this, the 288 has one. The idle screw is actually integral with the crankcase as opposed to integral with the. You can't use thread locker on an idle screw. I mean, you can, but you're going to get it set once. It's not. It's not a matter of lever. You don't want to lever it up. You just want to hold it up by the. Here, I'll show you. You don't want to lever it. It's not. It's not something to be levered, but you do want to hold the whole chainsaw, preferably up in the air, like this. So then there's very little force on the bearings. Let me quickly go get a couple of bags. Yeah, I'll get a couple of garbage bags. Boneyard, how's it going? So, this is the last time I'll see this saw. Goodbye. High top 288. Yeah, not my missus either. Of course, that is the words like every guy dreads, right? Is we're just friends, that type of stuff. Sorry, guys, I couldn't help it. We're really not supposed to talk about females on this channel, because if we do, we get into trouble, you know? And nobody wants that. Okay. Down in a bed of soft stuff. Very nice. Okay, now if I could only find that. Your bar nuts are already attached. Oh, that's nice. That's all padded. I'm just going to fill the rest of this with all the random packing material I have. Oh, I need the other goodies first, too. I know, somebody's going to call it, you need stickers. I know. Craig says hi. Okay, hey Craig. Special friend. Wait a minute. 288 you have the Olsen twins. Spelled wrong, though. Or at least my name's spelled correctly there, yes. But Junkyard, do you have another sticker? Did I give you one for the 394? Do you need two? I'll throw it two. I'll put two. I think maybe you'll get a sticker. Maybe. You never know. Hey, Craig. You've got a few. Okay, good. You got plenty now. Was there anything else I was throwing in this box? Jeff, is there anything that I have forgotten here? One with a shop fridge, even. Okay. Don't need Jason showing up at my door. Jason needs to show up at my door. We gotta, do a little arm wrestling. I'm fine with that. All right. Bar plate 262 mufflet. Yep. Spring. What else? I can't think. Bar nuts are on there. Yep. The truth is, Ken bought tools. He might have done it when I didn't have stickers, or I forgot to give him a sticker. So next time I see him, I got to give him a sticker. That's it. The 440 will ship tomorrow. Thank you. Now that he said that, we're just going to take all these packing peanuts and put them right down here. All right, you got a nice bed of packing peanuts here. So I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't. I'm actually out of packing tape. So now, okay, this is good. Just need to put packing tape on it, which means tomorrow morning, gotta go to the store, get some packing tape. All right. Peanut war, nice. I know everybody's competing for investment in the Olsen Empire. Lord. Okay. It's not a competition, gentlemen. Just to let you know. All right. What else are we gonna do? This is the 372 that I just ported. 235 pounds of compression. Chinese head. Mason takes it out and he breaks it. What did he do? Not his fault. The AV spring broke. I don't know why, and I don't know how. It's metal. How did these friggin' things break? I don't know. The metal sheared. I don't even know how it does that. Let's see if I can sneak this other one in. If I can, great. If I can't, no big deal. Ooh, can you pull that down and back a little bit? I can. With a rubber mallet, yeah. As it turns out, that really is not Mason's fault, but these darn things do break. I just don't know why. An OEM part, too. So, just happened to have another one over here. What are the odds, you know? Now, if you can just find my blue Loctite. Yeah, I do want this one. Yeah. Let go. It's easy to take this off. Who am I kidding? I really hate taking the damn handles off. I don't know why, but I do. It's really tight. Hang on a second. This is why it's always important to have a M5 tap sitting around so you can pretty much hit it at any time. Hey, Brett. No, I did not Loctite it. Somewhere around here I made a bottoming tap for that. There we go. Yeah. Good. So on the 372, these have kind of a chubby top one and two shorter bottom ones. And sometimes you got to do this top one by hand. Yep. Yeah, we got it. So apparently, this is the 235-pound compression guy, and it was in a comparison video, and it didn't do quite as well as my other big bore. And apparently, it just needed time to break in. So, a couple of tanks in, apparently Mason said, like, it turned into a completely different saw. So, that's fine. it was tight. And now we're back to usual. Ta-da! There you go. So, what else did I have for you guys tonight? Mainly the tools issue. Needed to get a tap. I got to reconfigure some things on the tools. Apparently, 075s, probably 076s, even 056s need M12 by 1.5. So I will make an announcement online. So my, Bob, Bob, do you have a 272? I'll tell you what. I mean, I have these 372s. They're fast. They're fun. But my hand still grabs my 272. If I need to go cut, like over at the neighbor's house or whatever, I'm going to grab my 272. Even though I think, at least on paper, these are faster and less vibrations and this and that and all that jazz. And for whatever reason, if I just need a saw, I grab my 272. Another thing I could do a compression check on this. I'm just gonna do it. Actually, I should do a compression check, and I should check the head bolts and the carburetor bolts. Whoa! Things fly right out of my hands. Not supposed to be quite that tight. Nice 6-inch long T27. These help. These new bolts from Husky, the T27s are nice. Somewhere. Hey Jonathan, how are you doing? You agree on the 270? Yeah, my hand just goes to that 272. It just does. I lent mine to Mason today, see if he could blow it up. Sam Smith, show the 200 rebuild cutting. Rebuild cutting. It's been a long time since I've done a 200 rebuild. Are you talking to me? Or somebody else? Well, Jonathan, welcome back. Your dad is a lucky bloke. Whose dad? My dad? Mega's dad. You can see the deer from the road at my dad's. Oh, yeah, you go. All right, let's see what we got for compression here. I don't know if it's going to be as high. Oh, Lord. The decompression valve is in. There's 100. There's 145. The decompression valve's in. 165. 175. 180 with the decompression valve in. So that's 180. And the decompression valve is pushed in. I don't know if you guys can see that. Holy smokes. Okay, no decomp anymore. 200, 220, 230, 235, 240, almost 240. Yikes. Currently in the middle of a rebuild based mostly off the 200T video. Cool. Sam, I wish you best of luck. Once you get used to the 200Ts, rebuilding them is a breeze. They're really not bad at all. Would highly recommend doing a brand new carburetor if you're doing a full rebuild on one of those. They are $90 at the dealer. They're not cheap, but you can get real frustrated with carburetor issues real fast. Yeah, that's the most compression I've ever gotten out of a saw. No, actually, this is not bad to start. I don't know why, but it really is not bad at all to start. Can anything be done to the 372X torque for performance? Not much. My opinion, if you have an X torque, if it's running, use it until it doesn't run, and then, maybe turn it into an original 372 with some extra spice. You know what I mean? Okay. So yeah, these are, you just check the bolts nice and gentle. Check the head bolts. Make sure nothing's loose. Yeah, the X Torques are really just not a modifiable saw. You can play with it, but there's not a whole lot of point. It's much easier to play around with an original edition 372. Much easier. Just gonna go around and check basically all the bolts that I can. Yeah, it's amazing how actually easy this one is to start considering the compression. We're restricted to parts deliveries, putting back together. You can use the machine all clean. Yeah, I use the ultrasonic, at least for cleaning most stuff on that saw. The ultrasonic has worked pretty well for me. It works really, really well on flywheels. Some stuff it doesn't work great on, and it also depends on what solvent you're using. If you use the purple degreaser, you do have to be careful with that because that can really mess up aluminum parts or brass. Same with the 455 Rancher, same thing. That saw is what it is. There's really not a whole lot of point in mucking around with it. If you want something you want to play with, you play with, get a 372. I don't even care if you get a Chinese 372, just don't get the X-Torque version. You can get the Chinese 372 and you can start fiddling with it all day long. So this is a Chinese head, but it's got an original crank. I really would not recommend the Chinese cranks. I do recommend OEM carburetors. and so on down the line. You know, some stuff is fine. The starters, you want an OEM starter on this. If you have that much compression, you need an OEM starter. You know. Have a good night, Marshall. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I still see the horizontal marks, no vertical marks. So that's going to be good for a fair bit. I think we're going to run this saw. Yeah, 200 pounds of compression is like plenty. Can't believe that I got 240 on this thing. And as this breaks in, I think it'll even get more and more stout. You know what I should do? I've got a 28-inch bar in here. Let's put the 28 on this thing. Do I have a 24 on anything right now? Yeah, I'll put my 24 on it. Because I have... Thinking. Really... Yeah, there's actually quite a bit in changing over from an X-Torque to an original edition. That you don't necessarily have to change the top cover, I don't think, but the decompression valve is in a different place. That's one thing to consider. The top handle is taller. I like the X-Torque top handle on an original edition saw. The top cover is a little bit shorter on an original edition saw, I think, if I remember right, because the cylinder is slightly taller, I think. So they have this taller handle, and if you use the taller handle on an original edition saw, it just gives more space for your hand, you know. But the intake setup is different. The carburetor is different. The filter itself is the same, but the air horn is different. The brake handle is different on an X-Torque. It's actually taller, gives more space. Nothing wrong with using an X-Torque handle on a original edition saw. A little more space, so what? No, you didn't miss the 359 project. I'm just starting it. Like usual, if anybody wants to call the project as I'm building it, if they want to call it and say that they're interested in buying it, then we can certainly talk. The 359 project is officially started. The teardown is done. I have to clean the cases. I still haven't done that. And get the bearings out and start the rebuild. One big downside to the rebuild is that I actually don't have crank tools. I sold my set, so I don't have crank tools myself. And I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I do, but I don't actually have a crank tool to put that thing together. Nope. So I think I'm going to wait until I get the next batch of tools to put that crankcase together. But that's okay. There's plenty of preparation and stuff that I need to do. So, yeah, just coming apart the other night. It needs a lot of stuff. So I ordered for it. It's got a brand new top cover coming. I've got a nice starter. It's got a brand new 357 XP head. Hopefully that'll be here tomorrow night, maybe the night after, from HL Supply. Going to put a 20-inch Tsujihara with it. Overall, it'll be really nice. The maker, yeah, I don't have anything for myself. I sold them. So, it'd be nice to have a full set for myself, but I don't have it. I don't know why. Cool. Gonna do a 357 cylinder. Yeah, I have a 357 cylinder. They had a nice deal on it at HL Supply for Easter. So I got a 357 cylinder. The difference will be that a 357 actually has crank stuffers. The 359 does not. I don't care. I don't think there's that big of a difference, but it will definitely be decked and squished and all that fun stuff. I'm probably not going to port it because it's a brand new head. Make this next set with mine. Do not sell. So, what else? I've got I think it's a brand new 455 Rancher clutch cover coming, which is going to be really nice for that because they don't usually have those. Has a much better adjuster on it than the stock clutch cover. What else is coming? It'll be pretty nice when it's done, you know. Yeah, I think the preferred cylinder is the 357 over the 359. The 359 cylinder definitely has some transfer on it. We can fiddle around with that a little bit in the coming evenings and see if we can clean that up. Something to do, you know. Busted. Get rid of that. Bin it. Where's Nikki? What else? Oh, what do I take? You know what? Let's put this on there. Let's put an 8-pin on here. Check compression. Check bolts. Everything's tight. Nah, it just goes all in the garbage, Mega. An extra 8-pin? Yeah, I got an extra right here. What saws do I have on the market? None. Will be the 359. Not sure I want to sell any of these 372s. Not like I need them. Definitely don't need them. But I sold the two 288s. So those are gone unless there's a project that shows up. Yeah, if you got a really torquey saw, then, you know, throw an 8-pin on it. A little more chain speed. That's on there, that's fine. 3/8, 8. Okay. I'm gonna go put this right in your box right now. You're gonna have to. It'll be on top, but you're gonna have to fish for it a bit. The gains is chain speed. The sacrifice is torque. If you're running like a 36-inch bar on a 394, run a 7-pin rim. But if you're running a 24-inch bar with a 394, run an 8 or even a 9-pin rim. Bob, if you want something specific, we can talk. I'd love an original 372 with yeah, if your X-Torque is working fine, just run it. You know, go cut wood. Check the bolts, do all the preventive maintenance, all that stuff. Don't, you know, but just don't go crazy with it. It's not something that's really worth putting a lot of impetus into trying to modify. I've tried it, and it's a whole lot easier to work with the original edition 372s. Well, if you're in softwood, you're going to tend to want more chain speed. Hardwood, you might want a little more torque. So if I'm cutting pine, then I'm definitely going to want the 8-pin. It's feel and preference, you know, feel them both up. Not like it costs you a lot of money to change them. Okay, Bob. All good. So I think I'll call it for the night. Again, sorry about the crank tools. Obviously there's an oversight on my part that I missed another thread. So I gotta go figure that out. So it'll get figured. So anybody that has an 076, 075, 051, something like that, anything like that, let me know, and I'll eventually work on getting a rod. You can port an X-Torque, but it's just not the same, Larry. How are you feeling, Larry? Sharp chain and straight bar. You know, there's a lot to be said for having a sharp chain. Lot of gains there. Junkyard, have a good night. We will be in touch. Larry, I hope you're feeling better, and we're all pulling for you, buddy. I know that you've had a rough week. Yep, nice maintained bar. Well, you know, just get Sujihara's. I don't know. It's just me. Might work better in my original 372. The end is not yet thing. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys die to the hospital, but yeah, I hear you, Larry. I know. We'll be in touch. Everybody, you have a great day, a great night. Be safe out there. Enjoy cutting and enjoy doing some building. Hopefully, we've got a little ambition going for some people here. So everybody, take care. Best to Larry and James, of course. And I don't see any Tractor Man Pat, but best to him as well. And everybody take care. Have a great night. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.